bank holiday weekend. When we were sat in the house last night and we just decided, let's bugger off in Motorhome. So we got in it and we've ended up in Thirsk. What do you think about this stay over, Dave?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit busy at the minute, and when we get out, we'll explain why.
When we got here last night, there were a truck in right on the far side, and one motorhome. It was dead quiet. And we slept really well last night. First noise I heard were 8 o'clock this morning, and we'll show you why.
So we've woken up at Thirsk Auction Mart, and you can see us parked there, and it were really empty, and there's a lot of demand for parking on a Saturday morning. So it just busied up with little forewarning. Yeah, there must be a big auction on. There is a cafe here, the Gavel Cafe, and that's open. You can see the hours there. Now there are toilet facilities in there, and you can actually get a huge breakfast for £8.25.
Like a car boot, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
See the bunny rabbits over there?
Yeah, they look nice then.
Oh,
Really good.
it's full of Seth Brealys in here.
I used to have rabbits.
Did you?
Yeah, it got up to 10 at one bit because the breed a bit like rabbits. I'm glad we come in here to see what all the fuss is about.
It stinks of country magic and all.
Yeah, it's got that rural aroma going. There's even more exhibits down here. You can clearly see it's like a maze of it. So there's quite a bit of bigger stuff renegated to the outside. All sorts comes up for auction. It's surprising. So the auction's in progress behind us. We've caught up with the fun. So we're having a look at some pies, and this could be dangerous. So one pork pie purchased later, and we're on our way into Thirsk town centre. So we're just having a walk up into town, and it is actually 1.1 mile away from where we have parked, but there is an alternative. You can either take the roadway, which we're doing now, or you can walk up Beck all the way into town, which could be a little muddy if we've had a bit of rain.
Yeah, we did it last night. You will go through stiles and through fields and over areas where there's cows in fields. You think, oh crikey, I hope these bulls aren't going to come for me. But it's a nice walk in.
Good if you've got dogs to exercise. But
oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, we could have moved car parks a bit further up, but we're not actually too bothered about walking ourselves. So we're just near in the centre, and we've come across this interesting sculpture, the Circle of Wisdom. As we've got nearer the town centre, we're coming across these 3.5 tonne weight limits, for the car parks, which could be a problem if you've got a larger vehicle. But the good news is they will fit in the auction mart. There were quite a few HGVs parked there when we arrived.
This real elbow looked busy last night.
It did, yeah.
Got like a yard out back, like a beer yard, yeah.
It's busy enough.
There. And there were live music, you could hear them singing and stuff.
Yeah, there is a beer garden, but it is getting a little busier as the day goes on. And it is actually marketplace, market day.
But also, it's race day as well today. Saturday there's a race on at Thirsk Racecourse. Horse racing.
So quite glad we haven't brought our motorhome in, because I think we'd be scratching around for somewhere to park it. And we've spared ourselves the stress. So just by the cod, I believe.
It's this is Thirsk Mill Gardens. Looks like a mill stud here, and it were active for grinding cereal into flour for producing cattle feed for local farmers for many years. It shows.
Oh yeah, the mill dam's there. Yeah, it's a nice area. Even explains how a wheel works. and the different types of them. So this is the car park at Millgate on Marrage Road, and it's the only one with a toilet block. There ain't many toilets, but it's looking like parking overnight is outlawed. Yeah, and we were right. I did actually spend a lot of time on Google trying to find this sign, so I'm doing you a big favour here. And cooking, sleeping, camping, not permitted. So we found the picnic area just next to Millgate Carpark.
Pretty.
It is, yeah.
Really peaceful, you just can hear birds tweeting and...
You're at one with nature and you don't have far to walk to get there if you're parked in there.
Watching river as well,
yeah. It's really nice. Are we having that pork pie here? It is a picnic area.
Well, we could do, I suppose. Caught you, Dave. Rustling in bag.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit peckish in this picnic area.
Tell us what it's like. Does it compare to a Percy Turner's?
So far, so good.
Dave, Arkham Town Centre and Information Centre be that way. We've just come and it's that way. It's to your left.
Yeah, I think someone's got a good sense of humour here. It's one of these swivel signs. Cheeky buggers. There are no shortage of pubs in Thirsk. Here we have the Cross Keys, Theakston Brewery. Quite like that, what tipple myself. So we're having a glimpse of Thirsk Hall. That's quite near the town, so that's a bit rare. Normally these buildings are tucked away up a very long drive, well out of public sight. It does look really nice. It's next to a huge church. There is actually a sculpture garden in the hall. And it looks like we're a little early for the sculpture garden. 11 AM. Tickets online.
It looks like a very elite kind of reception you get. Ring the bell, wait for the staff, they're going to come and get you.
Jeeves will come and show you around.
That's right.
And we're not quite sure of what this costs. I'm pretty coy on that.
Looks like adults £6.50, children free, concessions £5.50. Not bad, really.
That's not unreasonable.
No.
I think we're being watched here.
Yeah.
Have a look up there.
Oh God.
He's watching us.
There's a ghost in window.
Keeps an eye on everybody looking at this sculpture garden. It is actually open. If could end up singing up here, just walking in, having a look round.
You might combust and all.
I could combust. We'll see if this video comes to an abrupt end. 1480.
Yeah, I'm just going to read that. Completed in 14.
That is an old one. That'll be interesting to see inside.
There are some places that have had chapels built on and things like that. We haven't, so you're actually seeing a proper medieval church, a good example of it. Full of Victorian pews, because there wouldn't have been any pews, there was no seating originally.
Yeah, you'd have stood up, wouldn't you?
You did indeed, you did indeed.
Yeah.
And just a few things to point out to you. You see the blocked up door there?
All right, yeah.
Yes. That leads or led to a room which is the parvis, as we call it, which is above the porch. We now can get up. There's some stairs up the from the porch up to there. But it was a room that was occupied by a hermit. And he would be there and was paid for by Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII's first wife,
right,
to actually do prayers and things like that. There's a lot more to his story than that, but that's the edited highlight.
Wow.
So you were a bit like an anchorite.
Yes.
Yeah. He never left.
Never left.
But he weren't bricked. He won't have been bricked in, would it?
Everything went up that way, up a ladder to him there.
Similar deal.
Exactly so.
Yeah.
And then eventually he got retired and went to Mount Grace Priory. which is just up the road,
So he did get out eventually?
Eventually.
Right.
Oh,
And it just goes up like that.
oh
Is it
wow.
full?
No.
Oh, the well is dry. Well, the font is dry.
But it's on, you can see, I like to demonstrate it actually with one hand.
He's just showing you strength, you see.
It's on a counterbalance.
Yeah.
So
I gathered.
it's actually really clever, you know, it sort of goes up and there's no effort, there's really no effort in taking it up.
Rapunzel might be up there. So we've got the world of James Herriot, which was a vet, and there's many books about it, and even a TV series that spun off from James Herriot. And even merchandise is on the list. See that good?
Yeah.
And there he is. This is the original surgery, where many an animal was healed.
There's still surgery now, veterinary surgeons. Look at buttons.
Oh yeah, they're very old school, aren't
Press doorbell, there's no ring here.
they? Don't press and run, will
No
you?
ring or camera. Mind you, that might be spying on us, though. Is that a spy hole?
Could be a ring doorbell. It's an early intercom, I think, where you just shout through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Must
Mud
be a
off me.
dirty place.
I know.
And that's what it costs. I think under threes were free. That's a piece of information missing. And Thirsk has got a tiny museum. It looks reasonably tiny. Trina's just working it out. You can go in there and make a donation in lieu of an entrance fee. Sounds good to me. We'll go have a little look in.
They wish to make us a donation.
Okay,
Is what we have to say to
So if you don't enjoy it. Thank you.
Is it that way?
Okay, so this picture, things like that. You start off next door in what was the other cottage, and that room there, sorry, not that room, but that cottage there is where Thomas Lord was born, and he was the founder of Lord's Cricket Ground
Right.
in London. He was born there in 1755.
Yeah.
So basically you've got the 3 rooms in the ground floor of that house, and then you go up the stairs and you've got rooms belonging to both the cottages.
There's a good selection of retro tins.
I was saying there's plenty of sewing tins in here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Some bigger ones here that are more like sewing tin boxes. Everybody had one, didn't they? Tinning cupboard that were full of sewing stuff.
Like that brasso, that hasn't changed much over years. Look at sink. Now we
Seen
used
that?
to live without a fitted
that-
kitchen.
Fish kettle.
Yeah.
That's odd, isn't it?
So that's how you
Yeah.
cook your fish.
And a wafer for your fire to get that.
Put the
going.
kettle on. You see how it's on there? On a hook.
Oh yeah.
Put the kettle on. It goes on something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You just
it does.
associate that as a gas ring, but it probably meant to hook it on.
These are what sewing tins I were on about. It's the first thing I thought when I saw them.
Yeah. National dried milk.
Yeah, hot water bottle.
Just add water.
Bed warmer.
Thirsk does have a history of flooding. I do believe the last time it flooded was actually 2020.
Yeah, so that first room we came through, it's the Thomas Lord room, and that is where he was born, and he's the founder of the Lord's Cricket Ground. Claim to fame.
Some sources say
This house has got all its original fireplaces in, which is very rare.
last paper was made
1960s, everything got ripped out.
the Isles of Richmond.
Property's got forever modernised. There's loads of curiosities in here. From pond yachts to war memorabilia. Well, that was an excellent museum, and I would highly recommend you paid a visit to that.
Yeah, go and support it.
Yeah.
I think that it's not really on the map, and there's lots and lots of quirky stuff in there, and they're lovely, absolutely gorgeous.
We just
the
had an
staff in
excellent conversation with the people who volunteered to run it. I've just been informed that Johnson's of Thirsk is an excellent place to come for a pork pie. We're a bit pied out today, but you never know, we may end up purchasing something yet. That's another purchase made. That's where the police station is with a blue lantern. Quite rare you see one of them. Trina's just checking out a few bits and bats. And we're getting in the courtyard now, which is absolutely heaving with life. It's a race day today, so it's quite busy. There's a nearby race course and no shortage of pubs. And it is actually market day, so we're going to get a little bit nearer and see one or two things which are for sale. So we've got an arts gallery over the road, and it's quite a busy high street, but it is race day.
Chippy here, but it's shut.
And a chip shop.
Town hall.
Yeah, with a town hall just on the right, and just coming into shot on the right is the Ritz Cinema.
Ah, that's the old-fashioned one, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks very old school, that. I think they'll be showing in colour though, don't you? There's just a sprinkling of stalls on market day, selling various things, from sack carts to pork pies to bling. So you've heard of postbox toppers. These are bollard toppers, and they are quite interesting in the marketplace. There's a bit of information here about the bull ring, where bulls used to get tormented, and an original monument in the square with a four-faced clock that got reworked in the late 1800s, and just to the right of it is actually a drinking well, which is now permanently dry, and the trough below was used for animals.
Looks nice in there, Dave.
Would that be a good place for fish and chips?
£9 fish and chips.
Oh,
Take away.
£9. Could stretch to it, I suppose.
Just look nice.
No, it could be a lot worse than that.
It wouldn't be a Motorhome jolly without going in a charity shop, would it?
It's got to be done, hasn't it?
Come on, let's have a look.
Nice bit of bling.
Johnson Brothers. I think it's one of their classic prints, that.
So last night we came and had a jar in the Weatherspoons, 3 tons, which was very enjoyable.
We got a nice big reclining chair next to fire, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Well, lovely. We're not going to go in because it's a bit busy.
We were like oldies in a pair of Shackletons.
There's absolutely everything you need here, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's riddled with charity shops.
I have actually really enjoyed it.
We've got no shortage of pubs. Restaurants could be arranged. Well, straight across from where we parked, there is this garden centre and coffee shop, so we're just going to take a peek in here. Lemon trees, eh? Wow.
72 quid.
Bargains. An interesting range of cacti too. And more importantly, it does contain toilet facilities. that'll serve as a useful backup should the auction mart ones be shut. And these are the opening times of said garden centre. Well, we're back at the auction mart, and a word of warning, we did end up going through the width restriction on Blakey Lane Bridge, but we did know we would fit. Depending on the vehicle you've got, you may not.
It was very tight though, Dave.
Yeah, we
All
had to
said and
breathe
done.
in and say a little prayer. But we have actually been through one before, a 6'6" width restriction. So you can see the scale of the parking here with that articulated lorry. That'll be 55 foot long. And it's £5 a night. Parked at owner's risk. That's us over there in the back end of the car park. And when you get here, quite possibly in the dark, you'll be thinking, well, where's the honesty box? Well, I'll show you where it is. The gavel calf there, and that is the said honesty box, just next to that lamp post. And what you do is you put £5 in an envelope and write your registration on it, so they know you're not having a freebie.
We're back and I've just crashed. Walked his little legs off today. We've not done it for a bit, so we're a bit out of practice. Anyway, Thirsk, Dave, what do you reckon?
I'm well impressed with it all. It's got everything you need. Food, drink, charity ratting, museums, culture, and, more importantly, a low-cost, decent parkup.
Do you know something? A couple of people that we've met in the museum and in the church, they really have made it for me, because they gave us like a private guided tour. Maybe because there weren't many people in, but they really took the time out and showed us around, told us all the little quirky things that were to look for within that building or that facility. Really, really good. I just spotted on the table as well, we bought this in one of the shops. This is a Yorkshire produce bread dipper, so we've just had a bit of that and a nice bit of crunchy crusty bread, fresh bread. But yeah, overall a really good park up. About a mile walk into town. We've sussed out some toilets across the way in the garden centre. So yeah, everything you need, not too far away. So yeah, like and subscribe.